Okay, what's up, guys? My name is TMossBoss, and I wanted to let you guys know about Anchor. Anchor is an app that you can download to record your podcast in the easiest way ever. Like, it doesn't require a whole lot to know. Like, you just pretty much press record and you just start doing your podcast and stuff. I don't know what you plan on doing, but you plan on doing something. That's why you're here. So, yeah, download Anchor, or you could go to their website, anchor.fm, and yeah, you could do it straight from your computer too. So yeah, it's easy. They distribute everything to they distribute your podcast to every streaming services like out there, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere. Okay, and then you can monetize it, so you're making money off of what you love doing. All right, so people, make sure you do it. Make sure you download Anchor, or you go to their website, anchor.fm. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for listening. Peace. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Now, on this Sunday night, I felt like that I should have been talked about this woman, but I might have mentioned her. I can't remember. I've talked about so many different things on my podcast that I honestly don't even remember if I did talk about her or not. But anyways, as I prepare to charge my phone, but no, I wanted to talk about the TV host that has probably started so much drama and crap with people. It's gotten to the point now where it's like, okay, like, this is who she is. There ain't no stopping her and stuff. But anyways, I'm going to be talking about the talk show host, Wendy Williams. Now, just recently, she was, I guess, making fun of, okay, forgive me for mispronouncing his name, but Joaquin Phoenix, I don't know, the man that played this Joker and killed that role. Like, that's like an actor I'm like, you never would have thought, like, because he starred in one of the scariest movies of all time. It's scary in my eyes, but Signs, like, that movie put legit fear in my eyes. Like, I never wanted to watch that movie again. But no, he was in that, and then what other movies? Like, it's just a wide variety of movies. But yeah, I think he's going to forever go down in history as the best Joker, like one of the best Jokers of all time. All right, but anyway, so he has like this. I would have, maybe it's a birth defect. I don't know. Maybe if he got into an accident and that's why his lip looks like that. But he kind of has like a scar going up his lip. Now, scars, birthmarks, all that stuff, it does not, it's something that I didn't even really, like, think of or done. Like, I guess, like, I did kind of, like, notice it when watching the Joker, but it was something where I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm overall going to, if I see this man in real life, like, that's something that's not going to faze me. I'm just going to be all like, oh, okay, like, yeah, he has a deformity with his lip. Like, who cares? A lot of people have deformities and all that stuff. But anyways, yeah, Wendy Williams, I guess, was like making fun of her. I don't know. I didn't watch the video because I'm like, I have an idea of what it's about and stuff. I'll probably watch the video afterwards. Say something in the description of this podcast when I upload it about it. But anyways, yeah, I'm like, Wendy Williams, you should be the last one talking about how people look, how they act, all these other things. Like, and then I guess, like, during that episode of where she was talking about Mr. Phoenix, that's what I'm gonna call him, Mr. Phoenix. When she was talking about Mr. Phoenix, she was also talking about this football player, Odell Beckham Jr. Now, I don't know if that video is real or not. It could be like some video editing or something. But anyways, apparently she was talking about Odell Beckham Jr. and the reason why she was talking about him, so Odell had smacked a cop on the butt, and she had a few choice of words to say about it. But I guess during that segment where she was talking about him, she had farted. Like, you can hear it. And me, that's that type of stuff where if I'm in the crowd, I'm going to like she would have had to redo that segment all over again, because I'm like guaranteed I would have laughed. I would have been dying in that crowd if I heard that. But I don't know. It could be some video editing. It could be a fake video. But it wasn't something that went trending or anything. It's like I didn't see it being posted all over the place. I had just seen it today. So maybe it might take some time. But other than that, like Wendy Williams, I mean, I think when I very first heard about her, I was a kid. And I remember my sister was like a really, really big fan of Wendy Williams. Like she was watching her all the time and stuff. And I think I sat down and watched one of her shows to just kind of like see what it was about. And I don't know, like I didn't really care too much for it. It was one of those shows where I'm like, I don't, why am I watching this? Like she's just talking crap about people. Like I've seen so many times where she has. I mean, let me think of some times. There was actually one time where I was just all like, who do you think you are? I can't remember who she talked about. I should, like, I don't know. Maybe if I, like, Google her name. Wendy Williams. Can they just, okay. Dang, there's, like, people are, signing a petition to get her off of, TV. Dang. I mean, she has been on it. See, that's the thing. I'm like, how you gonna make fun of this man? And this man made more money off of that movie. And it was a one-time, like, movie. Here it is, you've been on TV for how long, and your checks have, it's like nowhere near how much he has made for this one movie. And here it's like, it's taking you this long to have like a booming TV show. I don't know. But anyways, they should have like a controversy section on Wikipedia, but I'm not seeing anything so far. Actually, no. I think that's what it was. I don't think it was that, but there was a time where I guess she was trying to start this rumor that Tupac was gay, that he got raped in prison. And I guess like, yeah, that was like when Tupac had went to prison like years ago in the mid 90s. And yeah, she was trying to say that he got raped in prison, and then Tupac had to, after he got out, he had to come out in some interview and say like, you know, if that were to happen, I wouldn't be alive today or something. But, yeah, I'm like, why? Like, a rumor starter. That's exactly what she is, a rumor starter. I don't know. They haven't really said anything personal life, maybe. No. They haven't really said anything. They should have. They should have a controversy. So she's done movies. She was in World War Z? What? When? Oh, I gotta watch that movie again. Oh, I definitely gotta watch that movie again. They said she was in an episode of Martin, but I'm like, I remember when they had said her name, but it looked absolutely... See, that's what plastic surgery would do to you. Like, it would have you looking like a complete... Now she's looked like I don't know. I don't try to be a rude person, but I'm like, I feel like in this case, like, this woman has been rude to everybody her whole life. Like, I can't really hold back on her and things, but she looked like she could be like the leading cast member of the remake of Tu Wong Fu. Like, and if y'all know what that movie is, okay, y'all remember that movie, then yeah, that's why I said she looks the way she does. But anyways, like, I don't know. It's not that I don't like her, I just don't like how she displays herself. Like, you're a grown woman. They say she's 55 years old. Why are you acting like this? Like, if I was given a talk show, like, I'm up there to have fun. I'm up there, I'm going to be doing some Ellen DeGeneres type stuff. I'm going to be giving out TVs, cars, houses, okay? Hugging, like, doing, like, just, like, hugging America. Just, like, doing, like, the most for people and things. Like, I'm going to be making sure if I was given a TV show, like, they're going to make sure I stay on TV for a while. I feel like with her show, it's like, okay, like, this woman's going to throw a fit. She's most likely going to have some upset viewers out there. I think if her show were to get canceled or to be taken off of the air, I don't think it would affect anybody at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure them people that probably be sitting in that crowd, they're probably all like, probably the same people that's been sitting in that crowd for years now. Like, I don't know. I honestly, I feel like that every time when I see that show or watch like clips of that show when something goes viral, I feel like I always see the same people and things. But they haven't. Let me type up Wendy Williams controversy. I should. Okay, they got this full episode on YouTube. I'm going to see if she did fart on. In fact, I'm gonna actually open it up and get it ready because I need to know. Dang, they're like seemingly far. Oh man, if it's posted on that YouTube channel, bro, like I'm saying controversy. This happened like 4 days ago when she made this comment about Mr. Phoenix. Okay. Huh. Yeah, and it's like they're saying it's a scar, so like let's see if it was like an accident or something. I don't know, cause oh wow, he honored Heath Ledger during his awards thing. That's nice. That's nice of him. That's really nice of him. But they're like personal life. Yeah, it's like they say he got into a car accident. So they said, flipped his car, the crasher for the car, his brake failure. Just oh dang, this man was trying to light a cigarette in the car and then flip. He was trying to pursue a rap career. Man, wow. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But it looked like it's like, yeah, it could be this car accident that they're talking about, which could be the case. But I don't know. I'm not seeing too many things. Just like they're showing mainly like all the recent stuff that has happened. Like she's recently gotten into a divorce. I guess her husband cheated on her. And then yeah, there's like I think when I don't know when I really started like paying attention to like the weird stuff she was doing is maybe when she fainted on TV. Excuse me, that was probably the one time where I was just all like, what is she doing? Like what that doesn't even look like a person fainting. Like that's I don't know. I've never fainted myself. I've blacked out, but I've never fainted. But I've seen people like faint and things and pass out. But her, it was like, she was looking like I'm forgetting my lines. What do I do? And then she was like, oh, I got it. Got a good idea. Faint. And then her whole body, it looked like she like jumped and then fell down. Like it didn't even look like a person. Like when you see a person faint, they kind of like slurring their words. They kind of like, a little wobbly and stuff. And then they just see their eyes roll back in the back of their head and they fall down. Her, it was like, oh, I would like to see how she landed. If there's like a hidden camera somewhere in the studios where it shows how she landed, I would like to see how she landed. Because I feel like the way that she landed, like she placed her arms underneath her head so she would, so it can like just, her arms can cushion her fall. And she just ain't taking a direct like head on hit to the floor and stuff. I just felt like that was staged. I don't know. It didn't seem like a real pass out and things like that's. People was looking at that like, I don't know. Like, if I've been in the crowd, I've been like looking like, no, I don't know if that was a real one, y'all. You're gonna have to do that one again because that doesn't seem legit and stuff. But, anyways, I don't know. She got into an argument over breastfeeding. Like, I don't know why people be arguing over breastfeeding. I'm like, okay. Because I feel like now I'm just going to turn this into a random talk because I'm like, I tried to find something to say about, it was like Nicki Minaj slams Wendy Williams after husband comments. Yeah, it's like, Wendy Williams, just stop talking about people. But anyways, alright, yeah, welcome to another random talk because I thought this was going to be in something about Wendy Williams. I mean, I did talk about it for a good, decent amount of time. I could have given it a couple more minutes and stuff. But I'm like, no, I felt like I ain't really talk about much with Wendy Williams. I just said she was controversial and stuff. And she is. But, anyways. No, let me talk about, like, this breastfeeding stuff. Because people are like, with breastfeeding out in public, and then people are against breastfeeding out in public. My thing is, and I've seen this, I was just recently watching The Office. So they had like a scene in there where the one of the characters, she was like breastfeeding, but she had like a cover thing, like a backwards cape, like it was a cape, but it went the other way around in front of her, but she would use that like cover the baby and then breastfeed. See, okay, if it's something like that, but if you're just out in public, bare boob, out and stuff, like, and you don't care, like, who sees, I'm like, okay, then you're just, you don't care. Like, you're just a don't care person. You don't care who sees. But other people do. And that's why I'm like, when you're arguing, like, whether my boobs should be, like, posted outside and stuff, and I'm like, oh, let me hide behind the fact that I have a baby and things, like, look, alright, there's gonna be people that see, like, and the thing is, like, me, I don't really care. If you're breastfeeding out in public and stuff, breastfeed out in public. I'm going to listen to my music and keep on walking. That is my go-to thing when I'm out in public. I don't care about my surroundings, okay? So, yeah, if I see somebody, like, breastfeeding out in public, and I'm like, okay, then they got, like, a bare boob out, and they just sitting there, and I'm like, oh, okay, they might be crazy, maybe not, they might be waiting, I don't know how the process of breastfeeding and stuff, but, I'm like, look, if you're doing that just so you can, like, find a reason to have your boobs outside or something, I'm like, nah, you need to take that indoors. Like, I'm like, because I feel like when they be arguing that, and it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure that there's something that you can do to cover it so people won't be tripping and things. Like, and I guess if they're like, no, we don't want breastfeeding outside at all. Like, even if they have a cover and things, I'm like, okay, well, if they have a cover, all right, so if we're saying that they have a cover and y'all still don't like it, don't look at them. Even if they do have their bare, if a woman has her bare, it could be a man too. If a man's breastfeeding a baby, then something's not right with that picture. But anyways, no, but like, jokes aside, like, if she's like out there breastfeeding and stuff, and I'm like, if that was something that was like me, I would probably, yeah, just turn around. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna look. I'll go somewhere else. But I'm like, I'm not going to. No, I don't need to see that and things. So I'm like, but I just don't care. I'm like, it's nature. That's what people are supposed to do. I'm like, that's what, like, some people, not all, but some people and things. But yeah, I'm like, it's something like that where I'm like, like, why? It's like when you hear like those like things where it's like people can't do this out in public, or people can do this out in public and things, like all these like different like controversial stuff they be going on. I'm like, man, like everybody just be getting so mad about this stuff. I'm like, man, y'all need to chill. I'm like, it ain't even that serious and stuff. Like, I just feel like breastfeeding out in public, that's like one of the most like least like controversial stuff that should be like talked about and things. Like, I feel like that there's so many crazy things out there. That's why I'm like, I can't hear nobody in Seattle talk about like, oh, breastfeeding out in public is wrong and stuff, when there's like a homeless person every block you walk down. Like, for those that don't know Seattle, look, I'm like, every street that I go down, I always see a homeless person. Like, every time. I'll take a shortcut. I'll go to a different place. Everywhere I went. I remember I went to, with one of my friends, because she wanted to go to this tattoo parlor. I seen homeless people there. I was like, I took like maybe 3, 4, 5 different routes to catch my bus. Homeless people everywhere. I think that if you're out in Seattle and you see somebody or see a woman man, I don't care. If you see somebody outside breastfeeding and that makes you upset, versus the homelessness, the kids, the animals, like all that type of stuff that you're seeing left and right, I'm like, that's a woman breastfeeding her child, not your child, her child. Like, that should be the least of your worries. That should seriously be the least of your worries. Like, I'm like, man, it's like, I can't think of a day where I've like, the day where I don't see a homeless person downtown Seattle, I'm gonna probably be a really, really old man. Or most likely, I'm not gonna be here to see that day. But I'm like, I feel like that every day, ever since I started working downtown, I've always seen homeless people. And I'm like, that should be like the main thing that should be talked about. That, what else? Them animal activist people. Somebody needs to just donate that whole like animal activist group $1 billion so they can stop hassling me every time I be walking down the street. these rappers that be standing on the corner and stuff of Nordstrom's handing out their mixtape, they need to get a record deal or some sort of deal. They just need to blow up so they can stop trying to have me buy their mixtape and stuff. I'm not with that. What else? This South Center Mall. Like, I'm gonna be going off about a bunch of random stuff. Them guys that be cleaning only one shoe and stuff, and they be expecting you to pay $10-$20 to clean the other shoe. Don't clean nobody's no shoes no more. I don't think I've ever talked about that. I was hanging out with my friend one day, and my shoes, they were like dirty and dusty and stuff. Cause what was going on? I remember there's like something my mom did for the house and stuff. What was they doing in the garage? They were doing something in the garage, but overall, like, my shoes got dusty. I had these, like, really, really dusty shoes, and I remember my friend wanted to go hang out, and so, this was, like, before I was, like, into shoes and stuff. Like, me, I was walking around with dirty shoes left and right. I did not care at all and stuff. So, anyways, that's who I am. I'm a don't care. Well, I would say I care to a certain extent, but younger me, just don't care attitude. I was like, I really don't care. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time. But anyways, so yeah, I was sitting there. I was walking through the South Center Mall, and that's a mall out in Washington State for those that don't like. It explains itself. I'm only in one state when I'm doing podcasts and things or talking about my pod. I've only been in one state my whole life. I mean, I've visited other states, but other than that, so walking through the mall, walking past, so they have like all the like shoe places in like one section of the mall. They have them all right there. Well, actually, no, they got like one that's kind of like next door to all that stuff. But anyways, I'm walking, talking with my friend. Guy stops me. He's just like, oh, yeah, look how he cleans your shoe, all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. So he cleans the one shoe, and I put the other shoe there, and he's like looking at me, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, bro, you gonna clean the other shoe? Like, you can't just leave me hanging like that. He's like, $20. $20 to clean? It was a good, decent amount of money. I don't know if it was 20, could have been 10, but it was something that didn't. No, it was not. It wasn't 10. It was not 10. No, it was 20, because that's why I was like, I'm not giving him, because I remember I walked off, because I was like, nah, if it was like $10 or something, I was like, okay, I might have been tripping over $10 too. I gotta remember, I'm like the dad from Everybody Hates Chris, so money is very, very valuable to me, so I might have tripped over. He asked me for money. He cleaned this shoe, told me all the specs, all these other things, but he asked me for money to clean the second shoe. So guess who was walking around with a fresh, clean shoe and then the dirtiest, dustiest shoe? The owner of this podcast, TMossBoss, a.k.a. Tyler Jamal Moss. I was so mad that day. I was all like, man, seriously, there was no reason to do that to a person. That's why I'm so glad. I feel like being a sneakerhead really, really paid off. It really, really paid off, because I could have very well just been like not in the shoes at all, wearing some like dirty shoes or stuff, and had to deal with those guys all the time. Now, every time when I walk past them, I be wearing me some clean Jordans. I be wearing me some clean, what other shoes? I'm about to review these one shoes, do like a update on them, but there's these one shoes, foam posits, clean shoes, left and right. I can't remember the last time I had me a dirty pair of shoes and stuff. All the shoes that I have, they're not even really that dirty. They might have like some smudges here and there and stuff. I have to say, actually, no, there's these one pair of shoes I have called the Concords, the Air Jordan 11 Concords. Those are a little bit dirty and things, but yeah, I'm like, no, for the most part, if I know I'm walking through that mall, I make sure my shoes is clean, or I just do not look at those guys. They don't even ask me, because they see my shoes and they're all like, oh, his shoes is fresh. So they're all like, either, yeah, he just bought them, or he be cleaning them and stuff. But I just lie. Like, I lie and be like, oh, I got some stuff at home. I got some stuff at home. And if there ever was a day where I did walk around and I did have like some like beat up shoes and stuff, and they all like, oh, let's clean. I'm like, all right, these are my beat up shoes. I just wear these just because I don't feel like dirtying up no other shoes. No, these are my beat up shoes. You ain't gotta clean them. They just gonna get dirty again. I'm like, man, don't y'all ever ask me to clean my shoes. I'm like, because y'all only going to clean one shoe and that's it. So I'm like, I'm definitely ain't going to pay you for something that I can do myself, all right? It's called water and a paper towel. That's how I've been cleaning my shoes my whole life. My whole life. If anybody ever like that, people, because there's like, I do have like this shoe cleaner stuff that I got from the Van store out in Seattle. And I'm thinking about getting me some other stuff too. There's this stuff like called Rejuvenator there. And Fab Soul or something like that, and that stuff, I've seen how that stuff works on some shoes. I'm like, wow. Like, because for those that don't, I feel like I should, no, I'm going to save that for, like, another, like, sneakerhead, like, being a sneakerhead video and things. I should, like, type that. I'm charging my phone right now. But, yeah, I'm like, there's like a lot more I feel like I need to talk about with shoes and things, like being a sneakerhead. I should have just turned that into this episode instead of trying to make this episode about Wendy Williams, and then that didn't take me nowhere and things. But she's overall still a bad person and things, and she just needs to apologize to everybody that she's ever talked about. But what was that? What else was I going to talk about? I think I was going to try to talk about something else. I forgot what I was going to talk about. If anything, that's what I should have said. I did correcting myself. I forgot what I was going to talk about. I was talking about shoes, but I was like, no, that's what I was. It was like cleaning and things. I was just like, no, there's some stuff that I was thinking about getting and stuff, but yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Like, for the most part, I try to keep my shoes like clean. I don't try to like step in like muddy areas and stuff. Because I'm like, growing up, oh man, that was like, that's when you break some shoes in. I stepped in puddles. I stepped in mud. What else did I did? I just wish I had these Air Forces that I used to have. But I ended up donating them shoes, and I was like, man, it was so messed up. I was like, I wish I still had those shoes. I think they were like a 9.5 or a 9 or something like that. I wouldn't be able to fit them, but I just wanted to see y'all, tell you guys how I was living. I still got like some old Adidas shoes that I used to wear. It's like these like knockoff like Jordan looking Adidas shoes and stuff. But yeah, I used to wear those shoes a lot. Them shoes, they wasn't really, even them shoes is clean and stuff. I think for the most part, yeah, all the shoes I own, they're pretty decent. They're pretty clean and things. I wouldn't say that they're dirty. After a while, some of them can get dirty and things, but for the most part, yeah, they're solid. They're solid. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I was going to talk about some stuff, but I forgot. So I think on that note, I'm going to end this episode because I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm all stuck in things. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss, and it will knock $20 off your first purchase. So, that being said, talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching and or listening, and peace.